What's up, Steeler Nation? So the 2025 draft class is in the books, and needless to say, Steelers Nation is kind of divided on how to feel about it because going into it, our main concern was who will our starting quarterback be for 2025. And don't get me wrong, because in this draft we did get a few of the other pieces that we needed as far as skill positions, but it's like, well, with this quarterback situation, we're being jerked around. It's like, are we gonna pick a quarterback in one of the first couple of rounds, or are we gonna wait to see who's available later on? What's going on with the Aaron Rodgers situation? Are we going to roll the dice on Mason Rudolph starting? It's like, well, what the hell is going on here? And some people even suggested that we completely tank this year and get a top 5 draft pick next year. But as long as Mike Tomlin is a head coach, we all know that that's not going to happen. But without further ado, here's our draft picks for 2025. In our first round draft pick, we decided to go D-line with Derek Harmon. May God bless this man. He is a tremendous talent and with a lot of potential. And also, may his mother rest in peace. His mother lived long enough to see him accomplish his dream. But I like this pick because I said if we don't go best QB available, then we need to go D-line. And I love it just based off the fact that while I love Cameron Hayward, he's not going to be around forever. 2 to 3 years at best. So it's time to start grooming that D-line more. We didn't get a second round pick because we traded it away. But third round, just what the doctor ordered, in my opinion. We go Caleb Johnson, running back, because we got rid of Najee Harris. We don't have Cordell Patterson anymore. So why not go ahead and try to get Najee Harris's replacement? Now, in recent years, the Steelers' running back room has been kind of a revolving door. But this is one that I feel comfortable with keeping around for at least the next 5 years. I've seen his stats. I like what I've seen. He's got potential. Let's see what he's got. Now, does he start day one over Jaylen Warren? I'm not sure, but we'll see about that. Then for our fourth round pick, this concerned a lot of people, even though I kind of get what they're going for. We need to keep our front seven heavy in rotation. Because while I love Alex Highsmith, TJ Watt, and Nick Herbig, we got to rotate our front seven, rotate our linebackers. We need to keep them as healthy as long as possible. And why not do it with some guys who are high energy, hard hitting, and their stamina is always on 100. So I like Jack Sawyer. Now for our fifth round pick, we decided to go D-line again with Yahya Black from the Iowa Hawkeyes. This one is interesting because I want to know if he's going to start day one. I've seen some tape on him. I didn't really get a chance to watch a lot of his highlight, but I've seen some tape on him, and I'm interested to see where he's going to go into this front seven rotation. And now for the one that y'all been waiting for. We finally got our quarterback in the draft. 6th round pick, Ohio State, Will Howard. 6'4", 230 pounds. He's got a Big Ben-like build. I think he is bigger than Kenny Pickett, and he's got a rocket for an arm. But here's the only question is how is his chemistry going to work for our for the way we run our offense? We got the weapons for him to throw to. That's without a doubt. But is he going to be able to be coached? Is his style of play going to be coachable for our offensive system? That's our biggest concern. And also another one is he going to be mobile enough? I mean, we are building our O-line to where they can protect him, but this is a new kind of league. If you can't move, you can't really do too much else. But, I mean, I don't think he starts day one. I think, much to my dislike, I think he sits behind Mason, and maybe he sits behind Aaron Rodgers if we still didn't have to get him. But at this point, I mean, I'm kind of giving up on Aaron Rodgers. I wasn't really too big on him anyway. Hell, if you ask me, I'd rather start Will Howard than for us to even get Aaron Rodgers in a trade, but that's just me. But this is a pretty decent pick. I mean, we don't know how high his ceiling is, but I guess we'll see. Then for our 6th pick in the draft, we get Carson Bruner, linebacker. Now, as I've said, I like the fact that we are trying to rotate our linebackers and trying to keep our front seven healthy because that's also been one of our top concerns. But it's just that how are we going to use him in our scheme? Are we going to use him to stop the run, or are we going to use him to kind of block that midfield, or are we going to use him to get to the quarterback? Me personally, if I was running the defense, I'd probably use him on 2nd and 3rd down, especially when they're like 2nd and 5, knocking on the door first time. I would use him just strictly for run stopping. I would use him to get close to that D-line to, plug up the holes to where the running back can't run through. But anyway, that's just me. And for our last pick in the draft, surprised that we kind of went D-back so late, but we got Dante Kent, who's a corner and a punt returner, so we can also use him on special teams. He's speedy as hell, so that's something that we all been hurting for and we needed for. But do we use him more in coverage or do we use him more for punt returning? I say for now we use him in punt returning, and I think that he's fast enough to where you can rotate him between being a corner and being a safety. That might be a hot take, but that's just how I feel about it. But anyway, y'all, that's the Steelers 2025 draft class. If I had to give us a grade, overall, I would probably on paper give us either a B minus or a solid B. I'm comfortable with a solid B. But anyway, you guys let me know what you think about this.